Some fragrances are so refreshing and so cooling that you literally feel your temperature drop when you spray them. Excuse you. And today, if my cat allows it, I would like to share the perfumes that do that for me, and maybe they'll do that for you too. All right, so let's get started. So first we're going to start with white tea from Proad. The notes on here are going to be bergamot, white tea, peony, lily of the valley, honey, sandalwood, tonka bean, and musk. And this is so good. This immediately makes me think of root beer, but not like a root beer float. It's not creamy. It's not really warm. It's not milky. It's just fizzy, a little bit of licorice, some spices. I don't really know about the white tea. I'm not sure about that note. I think I'm getting more, definitely the honey, tonka bean, sandalwood. I don't know about I'm getting lily of the valley either. Like I said, overall, this is like a really fresh gourmand that doesn't go into like a warm place. It goes more in. It doesn't make you feel like weighed down. Like a lot of gourmands, especially in the summer and spring, they can just feel a little too heavy. And this is very light. It's just beautiful. Like if you want a light gourmand that's spicy and delicious and fresh, this is definitely it. But not fresh like soapy or sudsy. It's kind of like the fizziness that you get from the root beer float when you mix the ice cream and all that, and you get the fizziness on the top. That's what it feels like. It just kind of feels like effervescent. How do you say that word? I'm gonna stop trying. But it's so beautiful. And it's kind of different from what you would normally find in designer. This is a Thai fragrance house. I'll leave a link to where you can get it because I'm not sure where else it's available other than the website that I get it from, which is Glindy Fragrances. So not affiliated with them in any way. It's just with these Thai fragrance brands, it's the only place that I know to get these. So it's the one website that I know. It's the one website that I use. So that's the one I'm comfortable sharing and suggesting that you could get them from, because I'm sure there's other places to get them, but I haven't tried those places or those websites. Because that's the one thing I get so frustrated when people suggest fragrances and then I can't find them. And I don't know where they're getting them from, and they don't tell you and they don't link anything, or they say the name of the thing but the enunciation is not clear, or I don't know how to spell it, or it's always an issue. So I'm just like, for ease of everybody around, I'm just gonna add the link. So next I want to do Love from Vera Wang. I don't hear anybody talking about this. This is a designer perfume. You can find it at Ulta. I don't know if Sephora carries. I don't think Sephora carries it. I think it's just at Ulta. But I have not heard anybody talking about this fragrance, and it is so refreshing and beautiful. I don't know why nobody's talking about it. It might be the packaging. I'm going to get into that in a second because the packaging bugs me so much. But here's the notes. Before we get to that, here's the notes. It's mandarin, pink pepper, black currant, exclusive Queen of the Night nature print. I've covered nature print in another video, where nature print is just a technique that they use for getting a fragrance out of a particular plant that's either endangered or rare or something. And then the exclusive Queen of the Night is just in orchid cactus. So from my little research there, that's what I found. And then the other notes are going to be Indian tuberose, Indian jasmine, sambac, Ambrox super, Z11, and vanilla accord. So, okay. Elephant out of the room. Elephant out of the room. Elephant out of the way. Elephant in the room out of the way. Oh no, we're getting silly already. The bottle. The elephant in the room is that I think this is why people are not buying this, looking at this, bothering to sample this, because this bottle is so obnoxious. It is supposed to obviously be a wedding ring. I'm sure there's an explanation. I'm sure this is for, like, when it was released, it was meant to celebrate some love or be worn on wedding days, or I don't even care what the explanation is. My guy, this is so obnoxious. So anyway, you take this off. It's not really that hard, but it's just because I have the mic in my hand. So that's that. I wish they would have given an option to kind of just replace the top at home, because really it's just this little bottle. This isn't really that bad, but when you add this big ass thing to it, and it does actually stand. Maybe I'll put in a little bit of footage, but it does actually stand on here because this bottom is flat. So, but whatever. The bottle is just obnoxious, and I don't like it. The scent though. This is basically like a very bright orange tea with spices. Like, and the spices again in this one are like they're like a licorice, cinnamon, a bit of pepper in there. My dad makes tea a lot, and he usually uses like fresh everything, so like fresh cinnamon bark, and he'll use the cumin or turmeric or whatever. He basically gets like whole ingredients and he'll use that for his teas. And the smell is always really nice, especially when he adds like the cinnamon, the aromatics. Oh, it's always so beautiful. So it's kind of, it gives me that feel of that. Like if you're making an aromatic tea and then you also are like making fresh squeezed orange juice and you have that citrus in the air, that's what this smells like. It's the combination of all those things and it is just beautiful. And the citrus is so bright and it's so invigorating. Like this will wake you up. And just a side note, when I want to add a little bit of like depth, a little bit of weight to that one, I add Cherry Ambition from Seven Virtues and it just turns it into a whole new fragrance. It is I can't even describe it. I'm not even going to get into it, but it's so good. Okay, but this is a base and actually, you know what's funny is that this I was in between this and getting something another Thai fragrance called Autumn Leaves. I don't know if it was from Proad or if it was from the other brand that I really like called Menthe, and it's on the same vein as this. I ended up getting Love from Vera Wang because it was just fresher. Like it was just the Autumn Leaves was like way more into the orange. Like there were spices and stuff in there, but the orange was so overpowering that it was like wearing a glass of orange juice on your body. If you're into that kind of thing, that would be a fragrance for you. But I like a little bit more of like mixing with the spices and the things. So I went with the Vera Wang Love. Very good, very fresh, very refreshing, very invigorating. I love it. Okay, so next we are going to do Libre Berry Crush from YSL, Yves Saint Laurent. And the notes on here are going to be raspberry mandarin, orange blossom, lavender, bourbon vanilla, musk, and coconut. Okay, so I might as well just do these together because they're both from Yves Saint Laurent. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce Laurent, or maybe I just like saying Laurent. I get so goofy with the pronunciations of these things. But anyway, it's Libre Flowers and Flames. As you can tell, it's gotten heavy use from me. And the notes on Libre Flowers and Flames are going to be lavender, bergamot, orange blossom, coconut, lily, palm tree, and vanilla. Both of these are very sudsy, like soapy, refreshing scents that I gravitate to when I want something perfumey. I want something fresh and vibrant, but I want it to smell more than just like soap or shower gel. Like I don't want it to just be fresh. Like I want other elements in there. But these are super easy for me to grab. To me, they're very inoffensive. Like they're just very beautiful, bright, energetic kind of fragrances. But they each have a little bit of warmth in there. They are very similar in the fact that like you get a little bit of the sweet lavender, a little bit of the citrus zest in there on both of them. The difference is going to be obviously with Libre Berry Crush, it's going to be the berries. But you know what's funny is I got the travel size because I was thinking about getting a full size bottle. And I think with the Berry Crush, I'm just going to stick with the travel size. However, because the berry's in here, but it's very light, but it's just not distinct enough for me to have two full bottles of it. And, you know, I do have this rule that if I don't love it, I don't get a full size bottle of it because I just don't want things that I'm not going to go through in a reasonable amount of time, right? So the base of Libre Flowers and Flames, this one is basically a little sweet lavender, a little bit of citrus zest. I don't get the coconut. I'm kind of confused. You know what's funny is I've never really looked at the list of these notes before because I got this way before I knew I was going to like do these videos and these channels. So a lot of these scents, like I didn't bother paying attention to a lot of the time to the notes too much in the beginning. I just, you know, whatever I tried in store, if I liked it, I would just decide whether I wanted it or not. So I'm kind of surprised at these notes for this one because I don't get any coconut. I don't get the palm tree. I get a little bit of vanilla. You know what it is? I think it might just be that this is so well blended. I don't get really distinctive notes from it. Yeah, it's just what I gravitate to when I want like pretty and clean and I do want perfume. Like I want that typical perfumey smell. And then basically you're going to get the same scent but with berries in the Berry Crush. I actually think Flowers and Flames you might be able to get on like discount sites at this point because I think it's been a minute since it's been out. So like your Joma shop might have it. I've used Joma shop before a few times. Never had a problem with them. Okay, so next up is going to be Desert Rose from Frenshe or Being French. I don't know. I always just call it French because that's what's on the bottle. Now this is a body mist. I've used it quite a bit, as you can see. So the notes on here are going to be pear, rose, and cypress. The funny thing about this, I don't get rose at all. I don't get rose at all. I don't get rose at all. I don't know rose where. There's a hint of the sweet pear in here, and it's a little bit zesty. This smells more like bergamot with a hint of pear and like a little something soapy. It's super fresh. It's really cooling. Yeah, it's easy. It's inoffensive. I mean, you could just spray yourself down with this, and I don't think you can ever offend anybody with this fragrance. It's very like minimal fresh. It's just beautiful. I was gonna spray it again, but I have other stuff on. And it doesn't last all day, but honestly, like I've had days where I have just sprayed this on my clothes, sprayed it on my skin, sprayed it in my hair because it's hair and body mist. So I've just like went to town and it does last quite a while. Like these body mists from Target and Walmart, like they're getting close to your Ultas and your Sephoras and your designer mists and all that in terms of like longevity. They're really doing something different. These new brands like Athena and Emco Beauty and there's another one. I can't remember the name. They're all so nice and the scents are interesting and they last a lot longer than they used to. Yeah, for the French line, I think it's like I want to say it's like $15. So for $15, you get yourself, how many ounces is this? 5 ounces for 15 bucks. I mean, it's not a bad deal. And they're beautiful fragrances. And there's so many in that French line. But for a refreshing scent, because I have this, I have bergamot cedar, I have the lavender one, and I have solar fleur. And out of those, like those are like the refreshing ones. And out of all of them, I feel like Desert Rose is the most refreshing. Okay, so next we're gonna do Menthe Fraiche from Heeley. And this is a sample that I just got, and it's really nice. The notes on here are gonna be mint, bergamot, green tea, freesia, and Virginia cedar. This is really beautiful. This is like crushed mint leaves with a touch of sweetness and something herbal. Something herbal. I wore this yesterday and it was refreshing and relaxing at the same time. It was very strange because refreshing, you think like cooling, or at least I think. I think cooling, I think invigorating. I think like, I sprayed and when I'm going to go do something. Like I'm not spraying this to like relax, but this is both refreshing and calming. For a mint, it doesn't go into a gum or toothpaste or mouthwash kind of direction. It is mint leaf. It immediately when I sprayed it, it made me think about like crushing mint leaves in my hands, and then that would be the fragrance that you would get. And then it dries down into like something a little bit more herbal, a little bit like tea like. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. What really threw me was the calming effect. It was like so soothing to wear it. It was really nice. It was a really nice experience. Okay, so next we are going to do something that I have already reviewed in a previous video, but I had to add it to this list because in the time that I've had it, I've worn it and it has given me that refreshing, invigorating vibe, especially on days where like we've had these random days that are just like 70 degrees out of nowhere, 80 degrees out of nowhere, but then it drops back to 40, drops back to 30, goes back up to 70. I mean, it's just the weather has been all over the place. But on the days where it's been warmer, I've gravitated toward this. Yeah, I'm probably going to go through this travel during the summer pretty quickly. I probably had like 3 separate days that I worn this. And I don't know, to me, that's a pretty significant dent for only wearing it 3 times. And that's because it's so refreshing. It was on days where it was warmer, and this just so refreshing. So anyway, did I even mention what this was? Idole Peach and Roses from Lancome. The notes are red berries, pink pepper, peach, and rose. And my first experience is still the same experience. This is a juicy, natural peach, not a candy peach, right? Because there's that Kayali peach perfume that just came out. That's very candied peach. This Idole Peach and Roses is very natural, juicy peach. There's nothing like synthetic or candied about it to my nose. It's not too sweet, which is why it's refreshing. I think I don't smell the rose in here, but I think the rose grounds this scent so that it doesn't go into an uber sweet place, which is what makes it refreshing. Because if it was too sweet, if it was an artificial sweet, if it had too much sugar in it, I don't think this would be wearable on spring and summer. But because it is grounded, I think, by the rose, it comes off very clean, very fresh, very natural. Like, it's just gorgeous. All right, and last but not least, we're going to do St. Bart's from Ouai. This is another fragrance mist, hair and body fragrance mist. The notes on here are going to be pitaya, which is dragon fruit, sea notes, orange oil, tuberose, orange blossom, Moroccan, jasmine, musk, and amber. Now, once again, a lot of these fragrances I've just had. The only new ones for me are going to be the Idole Peach and Roses and then the Libre Berry Crush, because those are new. They just came out. But the other ones I've had for a while, including these body mists. And again, this is another one where I'm just getting these back out right now because the dents that you see are from use from last summer. And that was at a time when I wasn't doing videos. I wasn't even thinking about doing videos. So I didn't really look at the notes. And so this is another surprising one for me. I'm looking at these notes and I'm like, I don't know what these are talking about. I don't know what these notes are talking about, dude. Like, I get such a heavy coconut from this, and there's no coconut on here. Legitimately, until I looked up these notes to get my notes together to do this video, I had no idea that this had no coconut in it. Because I'm telling you, this is a coconut pina colada, a virgin coconut pina colada, and it's got some weight to it. It's the warmest out of this list, but it is still refreshing because it's not warm or lactonic. It's just warm because it's got that coconut, but it is super refreshing. Oh man, it's sweet enough, but light enough on the sweetness, which is pretty much the same for all of these. All of these have like an element of sweet to them, but they're just sweet enough. They don't go into something like uber sugary to where it just makes it unwearable and cloying and all that. None of these, I don't think any of these could be cloying to anybody. Not for your average person, but yeah, this is a coconut pina colada, okay, with no alcohol. And this is also a refreshing scent that's very relaxing. You know what I love? I love to spray the St. Bart's when I just spent the day cleaning the house and I've just washed all my sheets and I've just taken a shower. Oh my gosh, there is nothing better than at the end of the day to have everything be clean and then to spray yourself down with this. Oh, I probably sound insane, but that is like, oh, comfort. It's comfort in a bottle. Like on a summer night or day. I mean, I wear this in the day, I wear this in the night, go to do errands, go to have lunch. Like this is a very like easy breezy, no muss, no fuss kind of scent where it's just it's a no-brainer. Grab it, spray and go. And also so long lasting. This, you know what? This body mist honestly makes me side-eye Sol de Janeiro because when I first got this, I remember thinking, did I get a perfume? Like, I mean, the packaging is not glass. So I'm like, no, I didn't get a perfume. This is a hair and body mist because it lasts so long. This lasts all day. So I don't know what Sol de Janeiro's problem is and Fleur and all them that, I mean, your body mists are, $40 for an 8 ounce. I want to say $26 for a 3 ounce for both Fleur and for Sol de Janeiro. This is the same price point. This is 3.3 ounces for $28, $26 or $28. And then the bigger bottle, the 8 ounce, is like $39. Anyway, it's comparable in price. So what I used to think with Sol de Janeiro and Fleur was, well, it's a body mist. Of course, it's not going to last as much as their perfumes. The scents are really beautiful. The scents are like really well mixed and they're perfume like, they just don't last that long. And it seemed reasonable until I tried St. Bart's Ouai. And I'm like, oh, so you can be at this price point for this amount of liquid and be a body mist and still have lasting power. You can formulate it to have lasting power. So if you're not formulating it to have lasting power, I feel like that's a choice. I feel like that's a choice because this, I'm telling you, it lasts all day. I spray myself down in the morning and I can still smell it at night. I can still smell it on my clothes. I can still smell it in my hair. I still smell it. Maybe it's a chemistry thing. Maybe it's just on me. I don't know. I don't think so. But, if you've tried it, let me know. Maybe you had the same experience. I feel like it's very long lasting and it makes me side eye all these body mist companies to be like, why don't yours last? Because let me tell you, Sol de Janeiro 71, Sol de Janeiro 62, Brazilian. Listen, I like all the watermelon one. I like them. I stopped buying them after I bought my first two because I realized I'm spraying myself down and they don't last. Yeah, I was kind of off with the body mist from that. That was another thing from Frenshe too. That was another thing that surprised me is I tried these Frenshe ones after, I believe it was after I tried the Sol de Janeiro ones. And this one lasts a long time. This one lasts longer than the Sol de Janeiro ones. It's $15. Like, what are you doing? Anyway, that's my little tirade. Get my little rant out. I don't know. I was feeling some type of way today. I filmed another video earlier and I kind of had an attitude. I should probably redo both of these. I won't. I won't. I'm feeling some type of way today. I think I'm PMSing, to be honest with you. And I think I just feel like I have an attitude, but I have no reason to have an attitude. So I'm just throwing it up to PMS. And it's just been one of those days. And I don't want to redo both these videos again. So I'm not going to. I hope it doesn't bother anybody. But if it does, what are we going to do? Listen, it is what it is. All right, that's going to be it for me. If you have enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit all the buttons, like, comment, and subscribe. Definitely let me know if you try any of these, if you have any of these, if you feel like they are also refreshing. If you have any suggestions on refreshing scents for spring and summer, I would definitely like to know. I wouldn't mind adding something to the roster. Other than that, I hope you have a beautiful day or a beautiful rest of your night. Thank you and goodbye.